A back view is not shown but will be illustrated as part of the pattern work. The design seems simple enough, but do you know how the design will come together? Give it some thought as you analyze the design. Write your comments next to the sketch in the text for reference later. Read through the questions below and choose which pattern-making principle or principles that you would apply in the development of the pattern. And based on your analysis, lightly plot the pattern for comparison in the next step. Compare your analysis with the example. It was clear that the waist dart on the left transferred to the mid-shoulder on the right and beyond. The space or excess between the dart legs was used as a box pleat, which ended as a creative element of the design. The dart legs on the right connected each pattern as a princess line. This is an application of Principle 1, dart manipulation. The right side front of the princess needs an extension to connect with the box pleat. This will secure both sides of the front garment. How does your analysis compare with the one given? Compare the plotted patterns. How well did you do? Now you can erase the lightly drawn lines from the pattern. A full pattern is needed for pattern development. Use the illustration and measurements as a guide for plotting the pattern. Be sure to cross-mark the 6-inch line above bust point. Trim the neckline shown by the shaded area before continuing. Touch the pause button. Complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. Mark a point that is 3 inches above bust point and square a line from center front touching this mark. Place a piece of paper behind the pattern and trace the area that is shaded. The labels A and B will be used as reference points. Touch the pause button. Complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. After the side front pattern is traced, place a piece of paper behind it and trace the facing pattern. The facing is shown in red lines. To modify the facing, see Chapter 16. Remove the traced facing and set it aside. Touch the pause button. Complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. Add seam allowances to the side front and to the facing patterns. Add a 1/4 inch where shown, and all other seams are 1/2 inch. Touch the pause button. Complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. Cut the side front pattern from the remaining pattern, but leave the B notch mark. Cut through the slash line to bust point. Close the waist dart and secure. Redraw the dart legs 3/4 inch from bust point as shown in red. Draw a connecting line across the mark noting 6 inches. Draw a guideline through the center of the dart from bust point. Draw straight lines to the guideline from A and from the corner of the neckline. Draw outward curves blending at the neck as seen by the red lines. The point can be shortened, or you can shorten it at the time of fitting. Labels X, Y, and Z are reference points for forming the box pleat. Touch the pause button. Complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. Add seam allowances to the pattern. Add a 1/4 inch except for the shoulder, waistline, and side seams, and ending with a 1/2 inch seam above the B mark. Touch the pause button. Complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. Place paper under the pattern and trace the upper part. Remove the paper and draw the facing exactly as shown in the shaded area. To modify the neckline and armhole, see Chapter 16. Cut the facing from paper. Touch the pause button, complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. Separate the facing at the center front if it is too difficult to fit into the marker without wasting fabric. Add a ½ inch to the center front seam. Touch the pause button, complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. Trace the back pattern, draw the neckline and trim the shoulder. Extend the center back 3/4 inch and trim the neckline. Add a 1/4 inch seam at the neckline and armhole. All other seams are 1/2 inch. Place punch and circle 1/2 inch from the dart point. Touch the pause button, complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. Trace the back and draw the facing as shown. To modify the facing, see Chapter 16. Trace the facing for the inner facing, and the inner facing should be of light weight. Touch the pause button, complete the pattern, and when finished, push play to continue. Here is a suggested sewing guide. Fold the dart and stitch to the 6-inch point labeled X, backstitch at both ends. To form the box pleat, bring X to Y and X to Z. Press flat and tack to secure. Stitch all seams but do not join the sides of the princess line together at this time. Stitch the facing to the shoulders and side seams of both front and back patterns, and stitch to the neckline. After pressing seams open, join both sides of the garment at the princess line, ending at the B mark, and backstitch. Stitch the end of the facing on the side front panel to the X point of the box pleat to secure both sides of the garment. This was a great project. I hope you are satisfied with the end product.